Hello. This week went well overall. I definitely feel like there's kind of a shift. Like, I pretty much everything that I've been doing this year, including like hitting my macros and doing my training, not everything in my life, but everything regarding like fitness stuff. Low key, like one of the driving forces on it was like, I want to compete the end of this year, and that was like the timeline that I had in my mind. And even though we had talked about it a bunch of times, I still was just like in the back of my mind like, oh, okay, that's fine, but like the truth is I'm going to compete in December. And this week is the first time that I really am like, yeah, I'm going to just really take my time and fine tune things, grow more, and genuinely, like, my brain is anticipating not competing in the winter instead of like making it happen. So along with that, I feel like it was kind of like like a little bit of like a sigh of relief on one end, and then also I felt my motivation kind of shift towards like, okay, well then I'm ready to make some gains, put on some muscle, and like be in the frame of mind that I really need to be in and should have already been in, quite frankly. I mean, not that I wasn't trying to make gains, but my overall motivation was just, what was driving me was different, if that makes sense. So I think along with that, I also noticed that I was a little more laid back. Like, my tracking was not as accurate. I tracked everything that I ate, but I was doing a little bit more like eyeballing, which, you know, is somewhat accurate, but it's definitely not totally accurate. But I was just kind of feeling like, oh, there's time. I'm seeing changes, so, you know, kind of shifting again more to like an off-season mindset, instead of, not that I want to like screw it up, and I definitely should tighten things up a little bit, but it was just a week where I was kind of like feeling around and kind of like changing my mindset, and I think it was great. It feels exciting instead of feeling in limbo and like resisting and having the shorter term goal. I definitely do feel more chill, so it's like such a waste of time. And I know that you have been suggesting I wait all of this time, so it's so silly how you just have to sometimes come to that decision on your own as well. So yeah, in terms of training, I'm feeling like my bench is kind of like the past, I'd say 3 weeks, it has felt like it's regressing. It doesn't feel like it's responding the way that it was on the squats and the RDLs. I can feel that like momentum. And on the bench, it just feels like I'm losing momentum, and it's getting more frustrating, and that it's getting worse. It's just like the biggest problem is keeping my hips down, which I haven't had problems with for years, and it's really annoying that it's bothering me so much. I also feel like it seems like I bench a lot on Monday, which is my busiest, most stressful day, and I think maybe I'm just a little more distracted. So I don't know what the cause is, but I do know what one of the causes is. Bench is probably the lift that I failed the most times over the last 14 weeks. Like, in total, probably failed like 4 reps in that time period. And so now, as the progress seemed to like stall out a little bit, I'm definitely regretting not managing things a little bit better, because I'm sure that's part of the problem. But when it feels almost like, because I've gotten this space, that it's like I want to change up the stimulus to start back fresh and really follow more of like a suggested RPE. In fact, I think that may be good for me, because I know it's implied in the training that you sent, but I sometimes, especially on bench, just seem not to hit the mark. So yeah, so bench is sucking. The other thing is, along with changing up my mindset for the fall, there is a powerlifting meet here on like November 12th. It's I mean, as of now, it's happening. We'll see what happens, but I would really like to peek into that one. It will either be at my gym or somewhere near my gym, and yeah, it'll just be fun. So that's 11 weeks out, so it's, you know, a little bit closer than maybe we were thinking. I don't know what you're thinking, but just want to get that on your radar and potentially kind of start switching gears to that for the next 11 weeks. And that, I think that will be a good place to occupy my mind and my training as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going on a family reunion trip this weekend, just doing like a small camping trip with my mom and siblings and stuff, but I think it should be fine. It should be pretty easy to hit nutrition. There may be alcohol, so I'll try to be responsible with that, but I'm gonna get all my training in before I leave. Tomorrow will be my deadlift day. Oh, and I think I'm gonna switch out the trap bar RDL back for deadlifts. I feel ready to switch them out, so gonna do that tomorrow unless I hear otherwise not to. Little rambly today, and I'm walking to get some steps in, so sorry it's so dark. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll talk to you later.